So today we're going to talk about comic books. Specifically, we're going to talk about why I am so excited I found this. I'm going to move it around the frame so you can actually see it. So why am I excited about this? Anybody that knows me knows that generally speaking, I'm more of a fan of DC. So why am I excited about this Mighty collection, the Mighty Thor? I will tell you. So I've actually been looking for this for a few months. This one specifically, and it's because, let me flip to the page real quick, issue 390 of the Mighty Thor is in this, and to the normies and even a lot of the casuals, that's not going to mean anything, but if you do some digging, yeah, that right there is Steve Rogers. So issue 390 of the Mighty Thor is the first time that Steve Rogers picks up Mjolnir. Now, why is this a big deal? As far as comic books go in the main continuity, there's not many people that can do it or have done it in the past. Most times that somebody else picks up the hammer, it's a what-if story or some offshoot, or it's like a dream phase thing with Spider-Man where it's not real. There's not actually that many people that can pick up Mjolnir, and I just thought it was really cool. So Captain America's actually done it at least twice that I'm aware of in the main continuity. The first time was obviously here, when he was assuming the identity of the captain, which is why he's all black and stuff, and he doesn't have his normal shield. And so I don't know a ton of the context around what happened, but basically the government said, we don't want you to be Captain America. And he was like, or he had some kind of disagreement with the government, so he's like, fine, I won't be Captain America, I'll be the captain. And as such, he doesn't have the vibranium shield, he doesn't have his uniform, he's dressed up completely differently. He's got a regular, just metal shield that Tony Stark made for him. And based on what I read in issue 390, it's actually alluded that Tony Stark and Iron Man, or not Iron Man, Tony Stark and Steve Rogers had some beef. I think it's referenced. It's referenced here, down here. So Tony was actually planning on hitting some kind of U.S. government something or another. So he made the shield for him as a way to lure him in, so that he could basically betray him. So there you go. Back in, what was this, 89, I believe. Yeah, I believe issue 390 came out around 89 or so. So even back then they had beef before, so long before Civil War kicked off. So yeah, I went out of my way to find it because I really wanted to have it. It's the first time Steve Rogers picked it up, and I'll flip back to it really fast. So it wasn't just people. I think in the past have tried to downplay what he did. So actually, let me go back one more page. I was actually reading this recently at a HeroClix tournament because I found it at a store, and well, I had the buy round, which basically means there was an odd number of people, so I didn't get to play a match. So I was just walking around the store and I noticed it, and I finally found it. I was so happy I bought it on the spot, and I was reading it between matches. So basically what's happening is Thor gets separated from, because he gets tackled over here. He gets separated from the hammer, and then he gets tied up fighting this dude. And then, so what happens is Steve Rogers is like, yo, Thor needs his hammer. And then he gets, he's a victim of a dog pile. And then wham! He just yanks the hammer up and sends everybody flying. And he actually gets a couple good swings in before he launches it to Thor, so Thor can basically put the smackdown on all these dudes. Creates a mini hurricane and stuff. So, yeah, but that's pretty much it. I wanted to find the first appearance, or not the first appearance, but the first time that Captain America had ever wielded Mjolnir, and I finally found it. So I was beyond excited because it's just a really cool moment, and I think it's something I want to see in main continuity more, and it never really happens. So I thought it was pretty dope. So yeah, that's why I was so excited to find it. I was super happy. I just think it's cool. Oh, sorry, I got sidetracked earlier. The second time that Steve Rogers wielded Mjolnir was during the Fear Itself story. And he did a lot more than just swing it around. He actually calls down some lightning in a few shots. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I think it's something that's not really used that much, and it was most recently used in Endgame. You see Steve Rogers pick it up and try to, slap up Thanos. I don't want to talk about how criminal that is. Not that Steve can wield it in the movies, but like just that whole fight, and yeah, I don't know. We'll get into that when we dig into the MCU movies, and yeah, we go through all those, and we'll talk about what all my beef is with Endgame and such. But yeah, that's gonna do it. I kind of rambled on a little bit, but yeah, the Mighty Thor Epic Collection. I believe this is volume 16. Has issue 390 in it. So, oh yeah, see right there, 1987 to 1989. So yeah, it's probably more like 1988 then. So yeah, so I thought it was pretty cool. It's pretty interesting to read because the Avengers was different at that time, and you know, all sorts of stuff. So that's going to do it. If you watched the video, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.